not feeling it, I think is what
It
you
has been
said.
a lazy week for me. I will admit it. It's been a super lazy week for me with regard to getting up and going to the gym. So I'll take full responsibility. What is up, everybody? We are now on season 3 of the No Sauce podcast with Kyle and John. It has been a minute since we last recorded. I don't even know when the last time is that we put out an episode. I'm actually going to look it up on YouTube right now to
And
see.
you can look it up on YouTube as well. Click the link below.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up
If
right
there's a
now
link.
on our YouTube page, on our channel. Going to go to my studio here on my nice little curved screen TV. And the last podcast episode we did was January 17th. That was the last one.
Fancy.
Episode 9 of season 2.
Dang.
Where that was right after we started working out too. And how's that going?
Dude, I am in pain. I know we didn't end up going this morning because in the middle of the night you hit me up and said like, "Hey, I can't go. I'm not feeling it." I think is what
It
you
has been
said.
a lazy week for me. I will admit it. It's been a super lazy week for me with regard to getting up and going to the gym. So I will take full responsibility.
Sorry. I've got the Stanley Cup on right now, and it's in overtime, and Kapanen almost put it in. Sorry, my bad. Lazy week, Kyle.
Lazy.
It is. I'll be honest. After you messaged me at like 2 a.m. or whatever, I reset my alarm clocks and moved them back an hour. And I was like, I'm not gonna go to the gym, but I'm gonna use the weights here. And then alarms hit, and I got up, sat in bed, just did messed around on the phone for a little bit, checking the old Twitters or X's or whatever we're calling it now, and TikToks and email, and then 7:30 rolls around and I gotta get right into work. So
Yep.
yeah, I did not work out today, and then I'm set to go out of town tomorrow and won't be back till Sunday. So chances of me working out until then probably slim. But yesterday was with my trainer, and I don't know what muscles are. The back of my arms and my love handles up here are in so much pain right now. It was good.
So the back of your arms are called your triceps.
Tricep. Oh, see, sorry. Let me just bust out my medical degree. I don't have one of those. But it was good. It's been good. Down a few pounds. I feel a little bit stronger. Certainly not up to your max bench, which was what?
315.
315. Dude,
315.
how many burgers is that? How many nuggets is that?
I don't know, but I mean, and you saw it too. It wasn't like I struggled with it that time that we did it. The first time I tried it, I did. But then when I actually did it, what was that, a week ago?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't struggle with it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try some more weight later, in a month or so, and see what's going on. But I'm pretty proud of myself that I can do even 225 like 8 or 9 times, in a couple sets. So that, I know I'm older and wiser and, a little bit more puffy.
Wiser's a stretch,
School,
but
it feels really good to be able to do that, but the biggest thing is we're gonna make a challenge when you get back, when we start going back next Monday, when you're back, right? Because you'll be back by next Monday.
Yeah, I'll be home. I'll be back Sunday around dinner time.
I was reading this in this book that I have to have like an accountability partner here, and
hey, Rory says hi.
Sorry. Hey, Rory.
Saying goodbye because I'm not going to see her in the morning. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Love you. Good night. Good luck at cheer tomorrow. Oh, watch your feet. She's kicked over a trophy and a hat.
I kicked over the trophy.
It's awesome. Okay, sorry. You were talking about.
So when we start going back on Monday morning, when you get back, we're gonna set something up like a contract type deal where we're gonna put in some things like no soda, maybe limiting eating out, fast food to like one night or whatever. a week, and we're gonna hit it, and we're gonna set a goal. Maybe not a goal, maybe a competition that whoever can stand with that contract, and whoever loses the most amount of, we're gonna do it percentage wise, not the
Yeah.
most amount of weight, because I have more weight to lose. Um, and we're gonna set a little competition here so that we can make going to the gym worth it, and make it so that it impacts us in the way that we want it to impact us. Because
Yeah.
I know I eat out a lot and I drink a lot of this crap, that I shouldn't be. You do too, and
Jeez,
you
what are you
can't
doing?
deny that. I mean, look at it. He's got his Taco Bell soda right there. So,
Um,
so we're playing right into what we don't want to happen. So we're not
yeah.
seeing that change that we could have. So I read it in this book. I can't remember it's about habits and stuff like that. And they just
Mhm.
talked about this chapter about accountability, partner and things like that. And, setting up consequences for things as well as rewards. So, yeah. So we're going to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We need to be, we need to do that kind of things. But I think one of the biggest things that we have to discuss and come to an agreement upon, or just an understanding between each other, is like, okay, what is your goal? Like, why are you doing this? Like, is it just simply, hey, I want to look better, I want to look, better for my wife, or like I'm doing it because like I feel like pain, like it sucks. Sorry, I stepped away because I just saw your hat and I had to fix something. But like, what is the point
Ugly
of
Dodgers hat.
Kyle working out? I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about, Kyle.
Surprised you don't have like all your Utah Mammoth stuff on right now.
I do. It's just in the closet. But I figured, I saw on the side of your hat a little World Series thing, and just, you know, sorry, sorry. I'm coming back. I'm back. I'm back. You know,
Y'all.
I'm back. Sorry. What? What was that? Sorry. What? What? Oh,
I'm
oh,
gonna throw up now, folks. So excuse
that's
me for
right.
a second while
Uh,
I look at that ugly
sorry.
jersey.
So I just got to get it ready for Friday night. Little St. Louis, L.A.
You can't
You
even
know,
fit in that jersey. It's too small for you, and you're a small guy. What is
dude.
wrong with you?
I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
is this
put
is
it
this
away.
small? Is this
Put it
small? Is this
away.
small?
Put it away. No,
my
I
my
think
my boobs are too big.
mine's not. I don't hurt. I actually feel good when we lift.
Well,
Mine, I have to start doing things to build up my stamina though, because like my stamina when I walk up the stairs in my house is so bad.
yeah,
And to do things like that to get that energy back up. But I love feeling a little bit stronger with the lifting that we're doing, and it's just now building up that stamina,
yeah.
with some cardio and stuff like that. But
What I mean by I hurt like I'm in like pain, like back pain and stuff because of the
get off.
extra weight up front, and
Never
I
mind. We
don't
won't
have
say
the
that.
core
We're gonna
strength.
make this appropriate for the podcast, so I won't say what I was going to say.
Listen, listen,
When you say you have
Kyle.
back pain,
I do have back pain, and it's because I'm fat because I have way too much on the front. And so and one of the things that like I've been working on, especially with my trainer, is like core exercises. A lot of like, ab work and lower back work to try to like help strengthen the muscles there. And, you know, it's helping a little bit. Um, but to your point, like if I just drop this, I mean, that's who knows how much weight that'll take off and
yep.
how much easier it'll make it. But I think the big thing is especially, and we've talked about it a little bit, is we've got to start when you and I go, like working on some core stuff. Like a little bit of cardio and not just like, hey, we're gonna go sit down, get on a bench, and start lifting weight. Like,
We do work on core stuff. What are you talking about?
what are you talking about? You literally get on a bench and like, okay,
Yeah,
okay, next.
I start exercising. I start lifting.
Like, what cardio and stuff are you doing?
I'm not doing cardio. That's not what I go to the gym for, to do cardio. I can do cardio at my house. I got my
Yeah, but
elliptical right here. I'm
but
not
but but
going
you're
to the gym
talking
to do
about building
cardio.
stamina. What
I
are you
know.
doing to build
I
that?
can do my cardio at home. I want to go to the gym to lift because I don't have weights and bars and machines at my house.
Yeah, I know, but I want to do that together, Kyle, because I don't have an elliptical here. All I have are
Wow,
4
you don't
kids to
have
go
that.
chase.
I'm shocked that you don't have an elliptical at your house or a treadmill
No,
or
no,
something.
no, nope. I got the Costco special dumbbells. That's it. That's what I got.
Nice.
So, you know,
You should just set up, you should just buy the insanity videos and do insanity in your front room on your lunch break.
or the P90X or whatever it
That's
is.
some good cardio. I did that, went through that whole, insanity, those videos. I think it was a 2-month stretch that I did those, and that started a lot of weight loss for me. So,
Mm,
just something to consider.
okay. Well,
Or we
again,
do,
just at,
some treadmill stuff or some so you like to get on the elliptical before we work out. I've read and seen all these reels that say you're not supposed to do that until after your workout.
I mean,
So
I do it just because I want to like start getting my muscles like warmed up and ready to go.
that's why you do a
But
warm set when you do your sets.
but Kyle, I want to get all of my muscles going. I want to get my heart rate up. You know. So again, you do you, boo. But the one thing, and I haven't done elliptical in like the last month or so, right? What I've done is I've spent a lot of time like doing some stretching, doing some core work before joining you for lifting because again that's the big piece that I need to work on. So you know,
Comment when you hear this what you think should be like a routine in terms of core work, in terms of cardio, in terms of when to do cardio and how you feel about lifting weights and how you can use that to build up stamina as well as strength. Um, we'd love to hear it. So comment on that when you listen
yeah.
to our little debate here
And, fe- and
on what
and feel free to blow us up because I know we're both wrong, and you guys are both gonna just you're gonna just rain down on us of how stupid we sound.
Yep.
Listen, we're not experts at this. I'm not a physical trainer.
Nope.
I have a gym membership, that's it. That doesn't entitle me to any, intelligence about lifting. I have an idea of what feels good. I feel like, those days when like I'm in pain the next day, I feel like hey, that's because my muscles that are been dormant for years are finally, getting bigger, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, I know there's a lot of work that we could do, and it's going to be a journey, Kyle. And we're going to document it, and it's going to be great. But I'm curious about the mental side of things too. Like, what's it doing for us? Like, does it give us a better outlook on life? Like those mornings where we exercise, I walk away thinking, hey, like I've already done some stuff today to like better myself, and it helps me have that positive outlook. So those few days when we're like, hey, I'm not up for it, I'm not feeling it, even though that morning I'm probably not feeling it, later in the day I look back and I'm like, yeah, I feel better. When we've
Yeah.
gotten up and gone.
I
So
mean, it kickstarts the day for me when we go early in the morning. I don't go back to bed. I did it first, but I don't anymore. I stay up and maybe get some things done for work, even though I'm not, necessarily clocked in, but I get
mhm,
started on my day, read a book, you know, read some things and stuff like that. So
yeah,
yeah, no, it's a good Kickstarter, and I feel great after we're done. I mean, it may be I haven't been as sore recently, but I just feel like that's part of getting stronger and using those muscles. I still like I people will tell me, and I think you have seen this too. If I lose this or at least some of it and the body fat, like
hmm,
I look pretty big and strong. Like I'm broad shouldered. I've got the build. It's just I have so much extra meat on my bones because I've let myself go.
yeah,
That I feel good. It surprised me how much I could put up, whether that was squat or bench or
yeah,
anything else when we first started. Um, because I was thinking I was gonna be at the bottom of the barrel, but I don't know. It's I feel good, and we just gotta be consistent and some set something up so we have some kind of competition because we're both competitive and
yeah, we are.
help us meet a goal. So
Hey, if we do it right. Like maybe it's like hey, if we can go a month with maybe only messing up a time or two, the reward right now, and this is hashtag ad, even though it's not an ad. Buffalo Wild Wings is all you can eat chicken wings right now.
Oh my gosh.
Have a cheat day. Come on, Kyle. And it's all protein. Plus the pounds of like sugar and
Why,
crap in the
why not just
process.
make our own chicken wings? Buy them and make them and
We can do
smoke
it. We'll throw them on
them.
the smoker.
Yeah. So not spend money there, but spend money, on something that's actually healthy.
Okay, fine. Fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Whatever.
So anyways, yeah, good time.
How's Little League, bud?
It's
Get your
over.
feedback there. Oh, you guys are
We didn't even
done?
talk about my little league thoughts because John and I got in a pretty heated argument about this.
No, I wasn't even going there, Kyle. I was just asking, like, how was the season? Eight,
Ha
eight,
ha
eight,
ha!
eight
I
U
know where you were going.
baseball in
I know where you're
City.
going with that. It was okay. I think that they need to move the pitcher's mound for 8-year-olds closer to the plate a little bit because the majority of the 8-year-olds couldn't get the ball to the plate, consistently. So, but on the flip side of it, I don't even know why they have 8-year-olds pitching to begin with. They should
Yeah.
still be in machine pitch or
Well,
coach
no,
pitch
I,
too.
yeah, personally, like the way that they should do it is like 6 and under, you're on machine pitch or you're hitting off a tee. That's how they should have those leagues set up. And then like 7 or 8, it's like 7-year-olds underhand coach pitch.
Yeah,
Like
see
nice and
when
simple, whatever. And then 8-year-olds should be coaches out there dialing up, striking out his team, no hitters against his very own team, right? At least give the kids a chance to hit. I
yeah,
guess is
see
where I'm trying to get at
we
because
had
my
pitching
boy last year
when we
did
were
that,
9 and
dude.
10. So no, I was 10. Yeah, I only played it 1 year. So I was 10 years old. We were in pitching machine still. Then 11 and 12, it was the little league where the kids pitched. And then 13, 14, it was pony league after that. And
Hmm.
then, the next year, after the 2 years of pony league, it was, high school ball as a freshman. So that's what I think it should be. But we're so the baseball world, the little league baseball world these days is so gung ho about travel and
Hmm.
you know thinking that developing these kids way early is way good for them. And it's like I don't want to get into all that because I know that you and I have a little bit of differing views on some of those things. And I just think that like we've lost sight of these leagues teaching the kids how to have fun and how to enjoy the game and how to be engaged in them. I was thinking about Coop's team this year, and they had their coach. He's a good guy, and he did his best. But like his two assistants, one missed a bunch of games,
Hmm.
and had to leave practices quite early, so they couldn't get full practices in. And the team that they lost to in the tournament was the same team they lost to in their first game of the season. But their coaches were always at their practices, were at their games, and were coaching them where to be, where to field, where to and that's the struggle you have. And then kids leaving, the families leaving on vacation, or the kids not being there every game or every practice, or
Yeah.
and I don't remember if I ever had that issue when I was growing up. I mean, we went on a vacation, so I missed an all-star tournament in little league. Um,
Oh,
but that
city
was
wasted
it,
money by the city.
you know. We won't get into that. Uh, but
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, like here's the thing.
that was in June or July though. That wasn't in May
Yeah.
when school's still in session. I mean, that's the other thing that kind of bothers me. Why are we starting these little leagues at the end of April or early, it was the beginning of April.
I think it was beginning of April.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're done before school's even out. Like,
Well,
why?
that's the thing is like these leagues. Number one, I think they try to set them up so that like it ends around when schools get out. But like what my team experienced, like Blythe's team, um, they went undefeated in the season. Um, Completely different than every other team. Like most other teams only had like maybe one pitcher, maybe a second kid that could throw strikes. But like we had 2 or 3 kids that were just like striking out kids left and right. And like we're on top of the world. And then, we get to the playoffs and we barely won our first game, because we had some kids that were gone, and then his next game, the semifinal game, we're supposed to just cream this team, but our pitcher started off, struggling to throw strikes. So, like that sucks. But he finally started to find a groove, but then the other team had a few hits, but because we only had 8 or 9 kids there, because one kid broke his wrist, 2 or 3 were gone. Now we're playing short and like balls are being hit into the outfield where there would be another kid. And now other teams are getting triples and inside the park home runs because, well, there's not enough people there. Like, there needs to be commitment from parents, even in City League, that, like, hey, the season goes up until this date. Let's stay around for that, and not just jet out as soon as school's over. Like, I also, like, in the business world, May and June, like, I'm trying to close a quarter. So me going on vacation or taking time off, like, it's not that simple.
Yeah.
Right now, I try my best to like structure my travel and stuff so I miss as few amount of games and miss the a limited amount of work. But like tomorrow I'm flying to to Georgia. The whole time I'm gonna have Wi-Fi in the plane, I'm gonna have access to all that, right? I'm doing all that stuff to make sure I'm around. But then like my kids' baseball, like I set it up so I'm not really missing any games except now my oldest's team's doing a tournament this weekend. So like crap, I'm gonna miss those games. But as far as everything else, like my kid is there. I've made sure that my kid, you know, because of commitment, is there for his teams. And
Yep.
I wish I would see that more. And I know again, like my kids have played comp ball because mostly city, like last year, as I was going to say earlier, my 9-year-old played 8U last year and he learned, hey, I don't have to swing the bat because kids aren't going to throw me strikes.
Yep. Yep.
And that's frustrating. That's why I would love for it to be like a true coach pitch in that age group. Like they're not off a machine, and it's like, hey, coach, it's the coach's job to throw strikes so they can swing the bat. They learn to swing the bat. They don't learn to be afraid because at 8U, kids can't throw strikes. Kids are getting beamed, and like, it doesn't build good fundamentals. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna pull my kid out, go play some comp ball because there's at least kids there that are throwing strikes.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, my kid struggled, but we worked a lot in the off season. So now he's like, he can field the ball, he's throwing well, he's swinging the bat, and I mean, he's developing. But like, I feel like it is a little late because of how the city organization is set up. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't allow kids that ability to be comfortable and learn the game. And some of these teams have coaches that have no right to be out there coaching.
Yeah.
But because there's not enough parents that volunteer or the right parents that volunteer, that like that's a shame, and
Yep.
so my kid fortunately this year had two great coaches. My oldest, he played city ball as well, and he had a couple coaches that were volunteers, and they gave him some opportunities, right? I helped jump in where I could to help development and stuff. But yeah, like that, I think that's a big reason why, at least around here, a lot of kids don't stick around for city balls because nobody's doing proper development.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, youth baseball, man. I
yep,
used to look forward to it every year, but I don't know. It's a hard one to figure out. So I don't know. I mean,
it'll be
my
fun.
my my little nephew, Heather's nephew, technically. Um,
It's your nephew because you're married.
yeah, I mean, he's my nephew too,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
he plays on a travel team, and he didn't. They had 2 games on Saturday, or I think it's Saturday. He didn't play in either one. He pitched the other night, so that was good. But that's the other tough thing is like I think I saw a post on Facebook something about how they pick you know 15, 16 kids, and half those kids sit on the bench the whole time. I mean, yeah, it's hard for me because it's like we've gotten to in this culture where comp teams are the way to go, and if you're not on a comp team, you're getting left behind basically because they have to go play rec leagues, and rec leagues, like you said, there's not a lot of development there.
Yeah.
And so kids lose confidence if they're not playing on those teams, and we've made it so those are the teams to be on, right?
Yeah.
And Oh,
Yeah, like I'll tell you this, man. I know my oldest is probably tired because, playing two teams, I think he's either playing or practicing just about every day. But having him play City this year, I think was a breath of fresh air
yeah, because they get
because
fun, they get to relax, and
yeah, like he's even said, like I get to go there and have fun. I'm not
yeah,
stressing. And he's like, yeah, like I think he's got the highest batting average on his team. He's been able to pitch. He's
no,
playing different positions, third base, second base. I keep telling his coach, put him in his catcher. Um, but like he's had a lot of fun with it, and then that's built his confidence when he goes and plays, comp ball. And like growing up, I look back at it, and that's what we did. Like we were playing city ball,
yep.
but then we would do tournaments with our comp team. And the way that things are structured now is there's an actual league for comp teams during the spring. That
See,
wasn't the case
we
back in
didn't
the
even
day.
have comp teams. We had an all-star team at the
Well,
end
you
of the
just
little
weren't
league season.
invited on them because we're not that different in age, there, buddy.
I'm just saying we didn't have comp teams when I was growing up. And the
Well,
one team that was a comp team from Providence, they came down and played in a pony league tournament, and we beat the crap out of them.
yeah,
Like, no offense to my buddies that played on that team, you know who you are, but
you're
we beat them
garbage. You're
bad. Like
trash.
we beat them bad. Just our all star team from our pony league all star team. So
Well, again, that's because how it was back then. There weren't these separate leagues during the spring, like when normal baseball season was.
no, we
It was
didn't
city
start in
ball.
the spring. We started in like maybe beginning of May, if not the middle of May, and went through June and July. Like
Oh,
we played baseball in the summer, like it's meant to be played.
Drysidle wins it for the
So,
Oilers. Um, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Number one, global warming. It
oh
was
my
spring
god,
back then.
stop it!
Summer starts a lot sooner now. Um, no, but I mean, but again, the thing is like I played comp, but there was not a league for us early on in the season. We only had weekend tournaments, and so we were in city league. That's why you saw a lot more teams, a lot more funding, a lot more everything, because that's where the focus was in spring slash early summer was city. And then in the fall, that's where you had automotive ball when you're older. You had some of these other like weekend doubleheader leagues and whatnot, for those kids that were trying to play year round. And now we've just gotten away from that. And there's comp leagues in the spring, summer, and fall. And I don't know, it's taken away
Kids
from
are
cities.
playing
And
too much baseball these days.
oh, agreed. Agreed.
Too much baseball. And I'm sorry
Yeah.
for all the people that think that's healthy, it's not. And you
No,
can hear, and I'm not, this isn't my opinion. If you read what these Hall of Fame coaches are saying and Hall of Fame
players,
players are
everything.
saying, like
Hmm.
listen to them.
Yep.
If you think you know what's best for your kid or for kids, like listen to these Hall of Famers. They've been around the block. They've seen it. They've recruited. They've signed, players. They've coached players. Like, and I'm not saying this to push people away from it, but like let the kids play for
Y-
3 or 4 months baseball and then another whatever they want to do
Another
the
sport.
other 3 months and let them have
Yeah.
a life
Because
instead of
there's a thing
tournament
called
every
burnout.
single weekend,
Hmm.
and playing 6 or 7 games a week and then 6 or 7 games on the weekend. Like, that's not healthy.
Yep.
Anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to get on that.
No, no. I mean, it's. I mean, I can see it in my kid. Like he's talked about wanting to play this, that, and everything. So come summertime, like we're gonna not shut it down, but like he's gonna get a break. You
Sure.
know, but like I asked him as far as like things go, he wants to play on the All Star team that he made,
Yeah.
so he's gonna go do that. Um, his city team, they finished high enough that they're gonna play in the walk off tournament or whatever, so they've got that. His comp team, they've got their tournament coming up. So it's like he's got a lot of ball between now and the end of the month. And as soon as like that last tournament game and stuff on, I think it's the 27th, 28th, he's going to be done for a few weeks. We're going to go on a family vacation. Maybe we'll take our gloves and play catch and whatnot, but like
Yeah.
he's going to take it easy for a little bit. And then I think his comp team has like maybe a tournament or two before August, like the end of August and stuff like that. And so it's like he's gonna get to be that kid during the summer, go work and earn money. Dude, he got a girl's number. He's been texting back for it. Apparently, this girl's in going into ninth grade,
Ooh,
so it's like freshman.
DJ going
And
after a
he's going into
cougar.
eighth. So yeah, so you know,
Gotta
we'll
watch that
see.
stuff. You're getting into that age where you're gonna have to watch that dude. Yeah.
Dude, I don't have any concerns because you know what? Number one, the kid doesn't take care of himself. He never does his hair. Like I don't know. I
Oh,
gotta
that's
actually
the thing
here. Let
though.
me
Now. The kids don't care about their hair anymore.
here. I'm gonna send you a link. Like
I
and
don't want to see a link.
look at it on your own time. But like this is like my kid to a T. It's ridiculous. It basically makes fun of Utah kids, and it's and okay, clip this and let's have it be a thing that goes around. Okay, I challenge you, go around in the state of Utah right now to like when you're at the grocery store, you're at the mall, or if that's even a thing anymore, wherever, out in public, and there are teens, I challenge you to try to find a kid that is not wearing Sambas. Okay,
What is
Adidas
Samba?
Sambas. Adidas, like I don't, I see if you can pull up a picture, put it on here. I guarantee you will see a kid wearing like shin length socks, probably Nike, because let's not
They're
even
like
have
the
consistent
soccer
brands,
shoes.
and frickin' Adidas Samba shoes.
Yeah, they're like the soccer shoes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is the craziest thing. So I saw this video a month ago or whatever, and thought it was hilarious because my kid had just gone to my wife and was like, "Hey, I want Sambas." I didn't know a thing about him, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like yeah, he needs new tennis shoes anyways. That's what he wants." So we ordered them. Then I see this video, and I start laughing because it's like that's what my kid just asked me for. A couple weeks ago, a month ago or whatever, when I went to Disneyland with my sister, every freaking kid, like we go to the airport, we're waiting to get on the plane. Of course, there's families with teenage kids wearing Sambas. Okay, Utah kids are the most unoriginal people in the world. Okay, you
What?
want like trendy kids? There you go. The trend is Sambas with like shorts or even jeans, like whatever. Jorts. Apparently, my daughter's right here. She said jorts. Like it's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, I
Like
think I got a photo of it. So let me pull it up here.
yeah,
Let me
pull it
pull
up,
it.
and it doesn't look like a comfortable shoe, like at all.
Let me see if I can find it here. I don't know what I saved it as.
Dang, that's such a good goal. You all right? My daughter dying over here. Good for Edmonton. Oh, look at this lady dressed up as the Stanley Cup. That's funny.
Okay, let's see if I can pull this up now.
You're learning style to do things, Kyle.
Yeah, it's uploading right now. I haven't done this for a minute. We haven't done a podcast episode for a minute.
No, we
Oh, here's
haven't.
a samba. That's a samba. That looks. I don't know. That's a soccer.
Ugly. Ugly.
I point to it too. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you're pointing correctly. You got to use your other hand.
I can't.
Ugly. Yeah. There you go. You almost had it. Come on,
No, but
Kyle.
it's not
No,
pointing to the picture. So that's
on
a
my
soccer.
screen it is.
Anyways, that was a
Dude,
soccer shoe, basically. So
it's
yeah,
ugly.
it is pretty ugly. Not gonna lie.
It's ugly, and they don't feel like they're very flexible or that they'd be comfortable to wear.
Hey,
Like,
kids have the darndest, sense of style nowadays. So it's very funny.
dude,
Very.
I want to take a screenshot of this and like show you the sense of style that these people have
Don't do it. Don't. I don't.
outside the
I don't want to see
outside
it.
yeah, outside the Stanley Cup game.
Though, we do have a link. You can get your sambas. I think they sell it. Do they sell them on Amazon?
They do. I think that's where we ended up buying ours, was Amazon or something like that.
Let's look. I'm gonna look. Let's see if we got Adidas Samba shoes.
Oh, they're even on the freaking landing page.
Yeah, so they are. We have them. Click the link if you want some Sambas. and get your Sambas today from Amazon. Pretty easy delivery.
Post a picture in below.
Yeah, good times.
Oh.
If you get your Sambas, let's get a comment, and post your picture on the comments. So
Okay, if you have Sambas, like congratulations, you just fit in with all the other kids. Whatever, lame, so stupid.
So yeah, good times. I got super sunburned at Bear Lake on Saturday.
How was that?
Right here,
How'd the whole family thing go?
right here, and right here. It's like patchy on my arms because I guess I didn't rub it in everywhere.
Because you're too swole to be able to reach there, buddy. Like,
Something like that, but like I didn't even have my wife do anything. So no, the family trip went good. It was good. We got up there Friday night, and it was my sister-in-law's 40th birthday Friday night, and we got her, we had the cake with when the family was all there.
He didn't tell me it was the 40th. Remember, I was telling you, dude, don't even go. It's not even worth it. Don't go.
I didn't want
know it was
to.
a
I was
40th.
supposed to technically go play softball, but Heather got pretty mad at me when I finally told her, what
I told you.
She got mad at me.
I'm gonna try to make it work.
So
No, dude, that's the stupidest thing you can do.
It was Wednesday night last week, and I finally told her what my plan was, and she's like, "Well, I've had this. I don't know what to do. I've had this for weeks. I'll just tell them we can't go." And then I was like, "Ugh." So I had to tell the team that I was going to play with, my good buddies Chase and Danny and others, but I couldn't play. Luckily, Robert stepped in and took my spot, so they didn't.
Roberto went and played.
Yeah.
Did he roll over?
So he did. I don't know. They won the championship though, the middle bracket of that tournament. So
okay, drop down
so
bracket.
we went up Friday after work. Got up there. Everybody was there, and we decided to have the birthday cake. And when they lit the candles, they put in 40 plus candles, and they had cardboard 40 in the cake too, right? Cardboard, not a candle, cardboard. And when they lit the candles, it caught those little pieces of cardboard on fire. So
yes,
you had to blow out those little cardboard pieces.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we almost set off the fire alarm or the smoke detectors because it was smoking in the kitchen. So we had to open up the back window. But yeah, good times. And then we went and played my brothers-in-law and I, and probably soon to be extra additional nephew, because I'm pretty sure he and our niece are pretty close to he's pretty close to popping the question. But
there you go.
went and played golf at the Bear Lake golf course, not the one that you and Robert and I went and played at, but the other one that's down there on the south end of Bear Lake.
I don't think we played in Bear Lake, did we?
We did when we went up there, remember?
No, I thought that was in Wyoming.
No, we went and played at Bear Lake when you and Robert and I stayed at the cabin.
Well, I remember the cabin. I remember. No, we didn't. We went and watched the BYU Notre Dame game.
We played golf before that, and then we went and ate at that place that was right there.
Oh, okay.
We went. Yeah, we played.
So memorable. Did
we
did any of us play well?
And then we went on the. Wow. We played golf.
Then we ate, and then we went back to the place, finished watching the game, fell asleep. Then the next day we did the side by side.
Side by side, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh! Look at this!
Look
at this! Hot trash.
EJ, what's that ugly uniform you're wearing? Is that brown and yellow?
It's his team is called the Tanks, and it's like gold and this army green.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, that's what their team is.
You got your Sambas on?
No, I'm sure my daughter went and told him, "Dad's trash talking your Sambas."
Well, we wore.
That's exactly what it's. I knew it.
But yeah, so Saturday, played golf in the morning, played just 9 holes. And then we went to the beach for basically till about 3:00 in the afternoon. And, everybody got a little bit sunburned. And so everybody's kind of wore out the rest of the night and started playing phase 10. And it took forever for some of us to get to phase 7. And so once I got to phase 7, I told them all I'm going to bed. And then everybody kind of went to bed as well. So it was a good trip. It was fun, and we had a lot of fun, and yeah, good times. It's a nice house too. Like these houses, It's a little group of homes, and I don't think any of them were worth under $800,000.
Do you guys
So
rent it, or is it like
it was an
partial ownership?
Airbnb, I guess. She found it on Airbnb.
Okay,
So, yeah, pretty nice place. A lot of bedrooms, a lot of beds, and it was basically brand new. So we were one of the first to use it. So it was very nice. But it was a good trip.
nice.
Good trip.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it a lot. Man, love it. Sorry, I'm just remembering work stuff. You know, it's just
Yeah.
the greatest. Um, dude, I just got to throw this out there because I am, the basic dad now and have been for a number of years, but I love driving up to my house like the day, like, a day or two after I've just cut the grass. Like, it's just such a nice look. I love it being all crisp and clean. Um, I don't know. I got home tonight from our games. Like, we won I wouldn't say it was an intense game, but like, it was a team that we really wanted to beat. And, they're not the most respectful type of, coaches and stuff that we played against. And, it was nice just, beating them, beat them 6-1. Uh, my oldest had a couple RBIs. Um, no real plays in the field. They didn't really hit anything to him today, but, our pitcher, went, 4 innings, only gave up 1 run, like 7 or
Weren't we
8
talking about
strikeouts.
your grass and you just
I
went
I
off the
know, but I'm
bench
just saying
and
it's
got
been a
the
good
soda
night. Like,
game?
I got done with the game, feeling all good, went to Taco Bell, got some amazing south of the border tacos and whatnot, and I drove up and I saw my grass and I was just like, looks nice. I might sit
Yeah.
outside, you know?
Cut grass does look nice. My front yard looks fantastic right now. My backyard is thinning out a little bit, but we have 2 dogs, so it makes it a little bit harder. But yeah. So I agree with you. I think cut grass, even if it's a day or two after, it looks so nice. It makes me
Yeah.
feel so good that my grass looks good.
Random question. Do you bag or do you just like mulch it or
Nope, we
whatever
bag.
should okay.
We bag.
We do it too. We've got neighbors that have what do you call them? Have chickens, so we give them all like the clippings and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's been good. It's been good, but yeah, buddy. Anything you want while I'm at it? Is it, or is it Bush Stadium? Is that what it's called now?
Yep. Still Bush Stadium.
Um,
It was
is it?
called Bush Stadium before they just renamed it Bush Stadium again.
Yeah.
No,
Um,
I'm not a
I,
Cardinals
I
fan, so I don't care.
I totally forgot where my seats are. Where are
Yeah,
they at?
well, Heather and I are going to Wrigley in July, though. So we'll go
Nice.
back to Chicago. We're going to sit in the regular stands on Friday afternoon, and then Saturday is a night game.
Are you
Uh,
gonna sit on the building across the street?
no, we're going to sit out in the bleachers, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're playing the Red Sox. It's right after the All-Star break, too. So that's nice. We were going to stay Sunday and go Sunday, but, you know, we wanted to get back and we both have that Monday off, so we're gonna relax on that Monday and get caught up and just um, enjoy being back. I was trying to get Kid on here, but apparently he's occupied right now.
Ooh,
So he can't
come on,
jump on.
come
He's
on,
scared.
Kit. Make
He's
better
scared.
life
We were trying
choices.
to get him on, but we're gonna get some more guests on here. I think we had fun when Adam was here. We told some stories and
Yeah, we did.
good times. We need to get Rob on sometime. We were going to have him on if we were to record it a couple weeks ago when we initially set it up, he was going to jump in, but yeah, we'll get some more guests on. I know that some of our buddies have hit us up about why they haven't been on and how they're not pretty enough. Yeah, you're right. You're not pretty enough to be on this
'Cause
podcast.
you're not putting in the sweat work in the mornings with us at the gym, you bunch of losers.
Yeah, get with it.
Kidding.
Get
Just
with it.
kidding. We're not much to look at, Kyle. They may
Well,
actually
I
make
mean,
us
at
look
least we
better.
go to the gym and work out, whereas some people bring their entire house, their backpack, their video cameras,
Oh
they
my
grab a
gosh.
bench, they grab their own little What is that? Squat area, just we've talked about it before on one of these episodes. I don't want to get into it again, but it is amazing the entitlement of some people to think that this is like their whole makeup. We did probably 3 different exercises before this one person, as we watched her come in, wait for like 10 minutes to get her apparatus, get
Jeez,
to
yeah.
the apparatus, and then she took another 20 minutes to
Getting
even
set up,
even
going around the gym and stealing things from different parts of the gym, like an
yeah,
extra bench or the big, like, jump, like, block, whatever the hell you call them, like,
the
to jump
step
up
up
on.
blocks, or just a regular bench, a flat bench that she would pull over from where the benches are usually at for the dumbbell work. She carried it from there all the way over to her apparatus, put it down, sat on it, pulled out her notebook, pulled out her weight belt, pulled out, her clips, set up
Mhm.
her cameras, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, just work out already.
Like, she probably got some cardio in just setting everything up, if we're
Yeah,
being honest.
yeah.
So
And it's
good
funny
job.
too, she comes with a guy. I don't know if they're like boyfriend, girlfriend. I think I've seen them holding hands, but then
I
they both go into their own apparatus instead of working out together. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyways,
no,
that's
I
another
agree.
rant for another day. Like it bothers me so bad. Like get in, get your workout and be done. Like
Yep.
and
Well,
here's the
man,
other thing. Here's the other thing, and maybe this is the worst part. Maybe I'm mean by saying this. She's not even cute. So I don't know what her videos are generating in terms of views. She hasn't come across my
hey,
reels yet from her
hey,
workouts if she's posting it. So I don't know how much of
I
an
just
influencer she is.
I just want us on the record that if we saw her working out, we would be completely supportive, regardless of what she looks like, Kyle. You know,
Sure.
but if you're there to like, I don't know, like I get in, get out. Like, we every, yeah, I don't know what to add. I mean, I think you pretty much hit it, but like, like I'm supportive of, whatever. Like if that's your thing, okay, cool. It's annoying. I'm not gonna get as offended as Kyle will on it, but like,
I'm
the
not
rest of us are
offended. It's
there to
just like,
like work out and
yeah,
get done. And when there's a line of people sitting there waiting for a machine and you haven't done a rep in 40 minutes, that's an issue.
yep,
Like get at it. It's not a personal home gym. Free up the space, let people actually get stuff done because they probably only need it for 5, 10, 15 minutes and then they're done and they're
yeah,
out of there. But you're holding up everybody else. So don't be the selfish person.
true, true
Work
that.
out, be selfish in your, building and extras, whatever the heck you want to call it, but like not selfish in the I'm going to take everybody else's time and make everybody else wait. So,
Yep, yep.
oh,
I agree with
angry.
you. So let's shut this down. This episode, season 3, episode 1. Start off, good episode. I don't know when we're going to record again. Probably next week because John is going on a little road trip this next week. So and this week.
Yep. Cross
So
country,
enjoy your
man.
cross country road trip and enjoy coming across. Well, maybe you're not. I don't know. Enjoy coming across the state of Kansas and eastern Colorado. That's always a joy to behold with that drive. Worst drive
Listen,
ever.
it's the greatest because I'm going to get to do it. And then a few weeks later, I'm going to get to do it again.
Lucky you. Pin a rose on your nose for that.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, but at least that second time, we're going to be driving to go see family, which is great. I actually really look forward to seeing them. However, we're probably going to drive in on like a Saturday morning, midday. And then the very next day, I'm going to get up early on Sunday, leave, drive up. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Chip? My daughter's screwing around here. We're going to drive up to Kansas City to go to Kauffman Stadium and watch the Royals get the ever living crap kicked out of them by the Dodgers.
that's fun.
Mm.
Happy for you. Proud of you.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
to do that.
that all depends on how the kid does in All Stars. So, but yeah, but we will record this next week, and yeah, please, if you guys are watching these, comment, hit us up if you want to be on the podcast because we're not that exciting of people. We can be, but Kyle didn't want to talk about All Stars tonight, so we'll save that for another time, maybe,
He's
or
trying to
maybe
put
he
you on the
just
spot. He really is, but no. Uh,
yeah.
I did put something out tonight though. I know we're trying to wind this down today. You probably would have seen it if you were on X. I did. UVU Utah Valley is obviously joining the Big West in 2026-27.
Mhm.
So they would no longer be in the WAC. And I made the announcement on Twitter that this will be my last year of covering WAC hoops. Now that announcement is official, and I've got
Yeah.
a lot of love. It's been great. It's been a great run over these last 6 years or so, 7 years, and it's grown to be pretty big. And so that got a lot of love today, and sad to see it happen that way and go down. But it's time to be a fan, and I'm a Utah Valley fan, and I want to be a fan and talk more about the Wolverines. So there's something special coming down the pipe with regard to that. But
Yeah.
that was my day.
Well,
Yeah,
I was excited to see them play, see them in the. I was kind of hoping they'd make it out of regionals, but it's still impressive to see them, make it as far as they did this year. And
yep,
yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like, I'm fully supportive of, like, the WAC Hoops Nation, thing that you built and all the contacts and stuff. But I think it's best for you, stick with what you know and love, and who knows what's going to happen to that conference. And you know
yep,
what's how does the phrase go? Adapt or die.
yeah, something like
You
that.
know. So
Something like
UVU's
that.
got a lot of good stuff heading its way. I think there's a lot of uptick for them,
Yep,
and hopefully with the move to the Big West, brings some more opportunities for them. And I mean, they are the highest enrollment school in the state of Utah, so
yep,
a lot of good things to come there. And
absolutely,
wish them all the best. But
absolutely.
yeah,
All right, everybody.
sorry,
We'll
Whack.
see you on the next episode. Wish John a happy drive across country to help his sister move to. Is she moving to Eagle Mountain or just Orem?
Nope, she's moving to Eagle Mountain. She's gonna take over my other sister's basement that they just finished. So
There you go.
kind of
So,
win-win for both of them. Cheap, a
yeah,
little bit cheaper rent, and they got to help pay some of the mortgage. So it'll be good. It'll be good,
enjoy
and
your
especially to
drive.
have family around.
Yeah,
So
enjoy your drive, and everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of No Sauce with Kyle and John.